A lot of people think that autonomous on-chain agents are going to transform DeFi. But how do you verify that the ML model is actually doing what it's supposed to be doing? This is a problem that our friends at Giza are tackling using their zkML library, LuminAIR. What LuminAIR does is it compiles ML models into provable computation. And to do this, they're using StarkWare's new superfast Stew Prover. There's a new blog post if you want to learn more, and you can also check out this week's Align guest stream, where I hosted their team to learn more about what they're building. A couple of hot stories from the zkVM world. First up, with ZKSync sharing benchmarks that their new Airbender zkVM can prove full Ethereum blocks in just 35 seconds on a single GPU. This would make them 6 times faster than their current closest competitor, SP1 Turbo from Succinct. Of course, the zkVM wars are far from over. This week also brought news from ZisK, the zkVM team led by Jordi Baylina, which recently spun out from Polygon. ZisK achieved a 1.5 gigahertz throughput for RISC-V trace generation, meaning they do this process 10 times faster than their competitors. Trace generation is a process that can't be sped up through parallelization, so you can't just throw more GPUs at it to make it faster. What this means for us is that we can get real-time Ethereum block proving with fewer GPUs. The best part of this work is that it is all open source, so other zkVM teams can also benefit from this research. Now, moving on to something a little more user-facing. What if you could selectively prove data from a document without revealing the entire document? Kind of classic ZK use case. Well, the team at Privacy and Scaling Explorations just released a new zkPDF library to do exactly that. With zkPDF, you can generate zero-knowledge proofs from signed PDFs. PDFs make up like 90% of legal documents in the world today. So you could do things like prove your mortgage interest rate without having to reveal how much your mortgage is. That's just one of many use cases, and we are really excited to see what people build with this. And finally, some protocol news from the Ethereum Foundation. EF researchers are proposing to cut Ethereum slot times from 12 to 6 seconds as part of the Glamsterdam upgrade, which is slated for 2026. Why is this something that they're prioritizing? Well, quicker slots would mean faster confirmations, better censorship resistance, better interoperability, lower fees, more efficient markets, and overall better UX. This would, however, come at the cost of increased requirements for validators. This is guaranteed to stir up some interesting conversations on crypto Twitter, so if you're building on Ethereum, this will be a conversation to follow. And that has been your ZK News for this week. I'm Boris from Lined, and we'll see you next time.